Thank you for joining me. Today I will be taking you through how I made this super cute granny square flower scarf. I've seen a lot of similar kind of granny squares around that I've taken inspiration from. When I saw this yarn, I just knew that that was the kind of look that I was after. So after a lot of trial and error, I landed on a final design that fit really well with the yarn and sat flat. I used this Moda Vera yarn, which is 80% acrylic and 20% nylon. The color is really nice and the feel of the yarn is really soft. It is also quite chunky, so it works up really quickly. I also used a 7mm hook, and that is all. Let's get into how I made it. Starting off with a magic circle, the way I make mine is I grab my yarn, wrap it around my hand, and then wrap it again, crossing over that first strand. Grab my hook under the back of that first strand, grab the second, pull it up, and place a chain to secure it. Place another chain to make a total of 2 chain, and then we're going to place 16 double crochets into the magic circle. So yarn over, insert through the circle, yarn over, pull up. You should have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's the first double crochet. Making the second one, yarn over into the magic circle, yarn over, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then continue to make a total of 16 double crochets. Now there's 16 double crochets, grab the tail and just pull the magic circle tight. And then we're going to attach it by placing a slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet. So we can see that first double crochet after the chain 2. And we're going to go in under both loops, yarn over, and finish the slip stitch. Moving on to the second row, so the second row will be puff stitches. So starting off, chain 2, and into this same stitch that we placed the slip stitch to join the last row, we're going to do our first puff stitch. So for a puff stitch, yarn over, through the stitch, yarn over, and then pull up so that it's the same height as your chain 2. Yarn over, through the stitch again, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, through the stitch again, yarn over, pull up. So you should have a total of 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, through the last 2. Chain 1, and then place your next puff stitch in that next stitch. So yarn over, through the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, in the stitch, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, through the stitch, yarn over, pull up. So there's 7 loops, yarn over, pull through 6, yarn over, pull through 2. Chain 1, and continue to place a puff stitch into every stitch. So you should have a total of 16. So now I have 16 puff stitches. I'm going to chain 1 and then attach this row in the top of that first puff stitch. So under both loops, yarn over and place a slip stitch. Place another slip stitch into that next chain space. So insert hook, yarn over and pull through the 2 loops. Pull through the loop. Starting on the next row, so this row is going to be double crochet 3 together. So to start off, we're going to chain 2 and that's going to count as the first double crochet in the set of 3. So yarn over, in through the gap, yarn over, pull through 2, and you'll have 2 loops on your hook. And then we're gonna do another double crochet, but we're only gonna half do it. So yarn over, in through the hook, yarn over, we should have 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. So you'll have the 3 half done double crochets, yarn over, pull through the 3. Chain 2. And we're going to do a 3 together double crochet in the next chain space. So yarn over, in through the chain space, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, through 2 loops. Yarn over, back through the gap, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, through 2 loops. Yarn over, back in the gap, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So you'll have a total of 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. Chain 2 and repeat for the rest of the row. I've just done my last double crochet 3 together, so there should be a total of 16, 1 in each chain space. Chain 2, and I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the first one that we did. So under both loops, yarn over and pull through for a slip stitch. I'm going to slip stitch to the next chain space. And now we're going to start making this into a square. So starting off with a chain 4, and this will count as the first treble crochet. We're going to do a treble crochet, so yarn around the hook twice into the same chain space, yarn over, pull up, so you should have 4 loops, yarn over, through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. We'll do another treble crochet, so yarn over twice, insert, pull up, should have 4 loops, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. So that's your first set of 3 trebles. Now we're going to chain 2 and place another 3 treble crochets into this same gap. So yarn over twice, in through the gap, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and do 2 more trebles. So that's your first corner. We're then going to go back to double crochet. So into this next space, we're going to place 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. In this next chain space, we're going to also place 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to do the same again in the next space. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to start on our next corner. So in the corner, we're going to do 3 trebles, chain 2, and 3 trebles. Trebles, chain 2, and another 3 trebles. So now in the next 3 spaces, we're going to place 3 double crochets. So you can see the first 2 corners. I've done my 3 sets of 3 double crochets. In the next space, I'm going to place 3 trebles, chain 2, another 3 trebles, and then in the next 3 gaps after that, 3 sets of double crochet, 3 sets of 3 double crochets, and then your final corner with the 3 trebles, chain 2, 3 trebles, and then your final 1, 2, 3 with the 3 sets of 3 double crochet. Now that I've finished my last cluster of 3 double crochets, going to attach to end the row. So I'm going to attach to the third chain of that 4 chain that made the start of that last row. So 1, 2, 3, this loop, I'm going to place a slip stitch, chain 2, I'm going to place a double crochet in the top of that 4th chain in the row, so the top of the first treble crochet. So yarn over, just into the back loop is fine, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then we're going to place a double crochet in every stitch around the row. So there's the first, the second on top of that second treble crochet in the cluster, and then a third double crochet onto that 3rd stitch. Once we get to the corner and the chain 2 space, going to place 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then 2 more double crochets into that space. 1, 2, and then continue on placing a double crochet into the top of every stitch in the row. So place a double crochet into every single stitch. When you get to the corner, you want to do 2 double crochets, chain 2, and then another 2 double crochets all the way around. So I've done my last double crochet in the top of that last stitch. So to attach, I'm going to find that first double crochet and place a slip stitch to attach. So continuing on for the next row, I'm going to place a slip stitch through that next stitch, chain 4, and then skip. So you can see this is the stitch that I've just done my chain 4 from. I'm going to skip this next stitch and I'm going to place a double crochet into that 3rd stitch under both loops. Chain 1, and then I'm going to skip this next stitch and place 2 double crochets into the corner. Then going to chain 2, place 2 more double crochets into that corner, chain 1, skip this first stitch and place a double crochet into the 2nd stitch, chain 1, skip this stitch and place a double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, and essentially repeat all the way around. So skip, double crochet, skip, double crochet all the way until you end the row. So just going to show you the next corner. So this is the first corner. I've just done the double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one pattern. So I've gotten to the second last stitch. I'm going to chain one and place 2 double crochets into the corner, chain 2, 2 double crochets, chain 1, skip, double crochet, chain 1, skip, and double crochet, and continue on with that pattern. Finishing off this row, so I've done a double crochet, chain 1. I'm going to place my last double crochet, so skip 1 and then place it into the next, chain 1, and I'm going to just slip stitch it, like shove my hook straight through that gap and just slip stitch into it to end the row. So the next row is the final row. So chain 2, and we're going to repeat the double crochet 3 together row. So that was the third row that we did. So we're going to do a 3 double crochet together in each of these gaps, and then once we get to the corner, we're going to do a 3 double crochet together, chain 4, and another 3 double crochet together. So starting the row, chain 2, which counts as the first double crochet within the 3 cluster. So yarn over, through the gap, yarn over, through 2 loops, yarn over, through the gap, yarn over, through 2 loops, and there's 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, through all 3, chain 1, yarn over, through the gap, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, through the gap, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, through the gap, yarn over, pull through 2. So you'll have 4 loops, yarn over through all 4, chain 1, into the corner, yarn over, pull up through the first 2 loops, yarn over, through 2, through 2, we'll have 4 loops, yarn over, through 4, chain 4, and place another 3 double crochet together in the gap. So that's your first corner. Chain 1 and continue on placing a 3 double crochet together into each gap. So I've done my last 3 double crochet together. I chained 1 and I'm going to attach it to the top of that first stitch with a slip stitch, And that is the first square. So I've started on my second square, so my first one, and I've started on my second one. I've gone up to the second last row, so I've done the row with the double crochet and then a chain space, skip a stitch and double crochet. So now I'm going to start on the final row, so the 3 double crochet together row. So we'll start this as normal. And I'm going to complete this side, second side, third side, and I'll meet you back when I'm up to this fourth side, because what we'll do is we'll attach it as we go. So I've started the last row. You can see I started here, I've gone around and up. So I've stopped here because I need a whole edge if I'm going to attach it as I go. I rather this method, obviously it's optional, so if you'd rather sew them together once they're finished, that is entirely up to you. I like this method because I'm lazy. I like that they're joined as I go. And I also like the look of how it turns out. So with joining, or my method of joining them together, you can see I've come up to the corner. So I'm going to complete, as per usual, a 3 double crochet together. With the usual corner, we would chain 4. So I'm going to chain 2. Grab my first square. I'm going to loosen the loop, insert my hook into the corner, just into the space of the first square, loop my yarn around and pull it through. Pull it through like that. So they're now attached by the corner. And then going to chain 2 and reattach on the first square. So just again back into the space, yarn over and do a slip stitch. So you can see they're attached on the corner, and then we've just essentially chained down and slip stitched to the edge of the space. So now we're just going to go in and do the other corner 3 double crochet together in the gap. So yarn over, pull through all the loops to complete the stitch. We're then going to loosen the yarn on the hook, and we're going to find the first gap. So insert the hook through that gap on the first square, yarn over, pull through, and then just secure with a chain. And then continue on by placing your next stitch. Complete the stitch, loosen the loop, find the next gap, which is this one. Pull the yarn through and secure with a chain. So you can see essentially what that is doing is joining as we go. So complete this row joining as you go. As I said, if you're not opting for this method, just continue and finish your square as usual and sew them together later. But essentially I'll complete up to here and I'll come back. So I've continued on and joined all the way up until the edge. So I've got the last stitch to place in the corner there. So I've attached it and I've done my chain. I'm gonna start on my 3 double crochet together in the corner stitch. Finish the stitch. We're going through all 4 loops. Find the corner on the other square. Do the same thing. We pull up the loop and attach. I'm going to chain 2. And in that corner of the first square, we're just going to do a slip stitch. Chain 2. And complete the usual corner 3 double crochet together. And that is the 2 squares joined together. So continue on, finish the row and continue making squares until you've got the correct length, or as long as you would like your scarf to be. So I now have a total of 10 squares that I have made and attached as I've gone. I'm using this ombre yarn, so you can see they change color slightly as I've been going along, which looks super good. So next up, the last step is really to add a border, just because these areas are quite, like, they pull in based on how I've attached them. So I'm just trying to even everything out by adding a bit of a border. So to start on the border, you're just going to attach the yarn, do a chain to secure it, and then place a single crochet into the top of every stitch and 1 into the chain space. So to single crochet, insert hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull up 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both loops. So that was in the top of that stitch. Now I'm going to go into the gap, top of the stitch, gap, and continue on. Once you get to where your 2 squares join, so you can see this is where I've done a join, and there's the 2 chains in between to make the chain 4 for the corner. So I've already done 1 single crochet into one of the sides. I'm going to do a second single crochet and then continue on putting 2 single crochets in the next 2 chain space. So a total of 4 in this little section. And then continue on again, placing a single crochet in the top of every stitch and a single crochet in the chain space. Once you get to the corner, just finishing off my last few single crochets to the corner or the edge of the scarf. Place the last single crochet into the top of the 3 double crochet together, and then you'll come to the 4 chain space. So for this, single crochet 2, chain 2, single crochet 2. And that should come out as a nice little corner. And then continue on, all the way around the scarf. So this is my finished scarf with the border worked all the way around. So the last step is really to just weave in the ends and it is all done. Thanks so much for watching. If you would like to see more videos, please like and subscribe.